how's it going? We're back again. Wow, 3 streams back to back, 3 days in a row. That's a new one for me. That is a new one. I'm so proud of myself being able to do this consistently for 3 days while doing my 9 to 5. I can do this. I'm proving something to myself. I'm very proud of
How's it
myself.
going? We're
Hopefully, you
back
guys are
again.
just happy to see my
Wow.
face and you're not
Three
yet
streams
annoyed.
back to back. Three
But I'm
days in a
enjoying
row.
this. That's a new one for me. That is a new one. I'm so proud of myself being able to do this
Yeah, this
consistently
background
for 3
music used to
days
be a bit
while
less
doing
chill.
my
I'm
9
gonna have
5.
to
I'm gonna have to find something more lo-fi because sometimes it just gets me a bit too turned. When I'm reading, you want something a bit mellow, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. But hey, whoever's watching, whoever sees this live or afterwards, let me know what you think about the background music. Do you want me to turn it down a bit, make it more mellow, like a mellow fellow? Let me know. Anyways, let's jump into it. So today we're continuing where we left off. So we stopped at chapter 72, as you can see on the screen, last time. And it was just the whole family dynamic between Samura and his daughter Iori. And to be honest with you, it's been pretty wholesome. I've enjoyed them shedding more light into it, and revealing that one of the enchanted blade users, the guy that we've seen in that weird room for a while now, the mysterious figure, actually did a heinous thing and basically unalived 200k people. Crazy work. So the fear of the malediction, which is kind of, I guess, the move or the thing he did with the enchanted blades, happening again in the future because the Hishaku guy made some sort of prophecy that would happen again. That fear is what is the motivation for the sequence of events so far that SAMURA has kind of initiated. Anyways, we're going to learn some more, and we're getting closer, ever closer to catching up to Kagurabachi, and then I will no longer be behind. I'm excited and sad at the same time because just being able to just know what's next and read the next chapter has been amazing, but I'm about to lose that luxury, but at the same time it'll be nice to just catch up. All right, cool, let's jump into it. Golly, that's the most yap I've done at the beginning of a stream. Ooh, cool art start. Oh, damn. That guy's head is decapitated, but he's smiling. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, it's Shihiro. Wait, when did this? Oh, I remember this. This is from a while ago. They used it like a colored version. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Samura and his daughter. It's kind of cool that the daughter fights blind with her eyes closed. That's kind of cool. It's kind of badass, low-key. Oh, we're still on the Iori. Okay, so Iori's walking. I think this is when she was still 8 years old. She's taking out the trash, it seems. And a bunch of people are just chatting in the dojo with Samura. I hear she's in the same class as my son. He's probably helping her out a lot, Samura replies. You worry about her going to school? Kind of like a bit like pose that as a question, and Samura says, yeah. And the other guy, the random NPC that we don't know about, says it's a small town with not that many kids. I'm sure she'll settle in quickly. I assume for a dad, for a parent, regardless of how safe or how competent you are or how safe the environment is, there's always going to be that sense of worry, right? Especially when it's your only kid. Them going to school for the first time. You're gonna are they gonna be okay? Are they gonna be bullied? Are they gonna what I mean? And also that's inevitable separation anxiety. So I kind of see where Summer is coming from, considering that he's lived his whole life as a warrior and having to look after a kid like this. I can kind of see where he's coming from in terms of being worried about her going to school. Okay, so he's visiting his wife's, I don't know what you call that. It's not necessarily a grave, but something like a shrine or something in memory of the wife, and basically reminiscing about how it's been a minute since she's passed away, and basically just giving her kind of like the updates of what's going on in their life. You already started school. You know what people do when you lose a person like a family member. You sometimes visit the site of their grave or some sort of shrine to them, and you basically just try to catch up. It's kind of a way to handle grief and cope with the fact that they're no longer here. Anyways, so it's chatting and just keeping her updated. She kept her last name, but everyone knows she's Samura's daughter. Iori seems happy, but every now and then I can see that she misses you. That's normal. She's young too. She's back from school. She says, I'm home. What's for dinner? That's the first thing she says when she gets back. That's such a child, like a that's something you'd expect of a child. And when I was younger, getting back home, one of the besides just getting back home from school, which is exciting on its own, right? Just coming back home to like mom's food, or I guess in this case dad's food, it's always something exciting. So they're having a regular chat, father and daughter, how's school, having fun, just trying to check on her. She's like, yeah, that's right. We learned about you at class today. All right, because he's kind of like a celebrity, like a legend, right? A war hero. Was it okay? It's like, oh, it was intense, she said. And he's a bit worried because he's anxious that, maybe they're going to like talk about how he killed people and everything. I'm assuming because in the panel here, he looks visibly distressed about the idea of his basically him being the topic of her discussion at her school. But they're showing us a little flashback of what actually happened in school, and everyone's kind of treating her like she's some sort of celebrity, and she seems very proud of her dad. It's like it was non-stop praise. You're the daughter of a hero. I was blown away. What was it like? What a badass, so cool. You know what? What if she's lying to make him feel better? I mean, this looks legitimate, like it's like something from the past, and she's smiling there and she looks happy, but she might be lying, huh? Like, you're a good sword fighter too, right, Iori? Oh, they're talking to her. She's like, well, yeah, one day I'll be as good as my dad. Okay, so this is still in flashbacks. Maybe this is real. And Samura's like, is that so? And then kind of like, she says, I was kind of bragging. And Samura said, well, there's no rush to be like me anyway. I'm glad you're making friends. I think most parents would want their kid to want to be like them, but I don't think in this case Samura would want Iori to try to be like him. I feel like because he's not very proud of what he did, or basically he shares some responsibility or he feels some guilt for what that other Enchanted Blade user did in that island. I don't think he would want his daughter to be anything like him. Anyway, I'm glad you're making friends, Samura says. What's with the bump? I fell. Liar, you said that too fast. I got in a fight, she says. Oh, a fight? He's worried about that. He's sweating. His whole body is almost like an electric current ran through his entire body. Fight? But why? And Yuri just goes, you're overreacting. It's no big deal. Sheesh. And then quietly he says, and calmly he says, what happened? And then she said one of the kids was like, but he's a killer, right? I mean, that's not a lie. Samura is a killer. Exactly what I was afraid of, Samura thinks to himself. And Iori defends her dad and tells the kid off. But really, you can't really tell the kid off because the kid isn't wrong. Your dad is a killer. It doesn't matter. In a war, there are no winners, right? No matter how propaganda and everybody will try to make it seem like, if you kill all your enemies, then you're somehow victorious. Like, no. Human life is sacred. And the death of a human life, especially in war, is just nothing to be celebrated, to be honest. Like, I understand, war hero and all of that, justice, I get it. But at the same time, the fact that it had to result that way by taking another life, it's still always something that you should not necessarily brag about. So I get where the student's coming from, but at the same time, that's her dad, right? She's not going to let that slide. So they got into a fight. Yeah, but I stood up for myself. Okay, so she fought. She fighting a dude? All right, go on, girl. After all, that's the whole point of training every day. Mom always said your dad's a real jerk, but he's a hero who protected this country and our loved ones. Okay, so in the previous flashback, they just stopped it as your dad's a real jerk. Like she was bad-mouthing Iori's dad, and I did say it's not nice for parents to bad-mouth each other in front of their kids, but it's good to know now that, that was just all, what you might call it. Basically, it was cut short, right? So she still respects him for what he did. And Samura is kind of like silent as she says that. And basically, he doesn't respond to that because he doesn't feel like a hero because he knows the truth about what happened. And Iori says, I totally agree. That's why I want to be like you so I can protect everyone too. I'll fight alongside you, so don't worry. And Samura takes a pause and simply just says, thanks, but don't overdo it, okay? You can tell he doesn't like being praised for that because all he remembers is the deaths, right? Like the 200,000 deaths. So, oh no, I'm sorry my son was so rude. Oh, Samura went to confront the dad. Okay, well, kids will be kids, Samura says. He says, I'm so sorry. No, I'm the one who's sorry. I'll straighten him out. I'll tell him that you saved our country. And Samura says no, and then walks away. And someone opens the door. Mr. Samura, you have a call from the school. He's a bit puzzled by this. Why do you have them call me to take you home? You sick or something? I just felt like blowing off school. Come on, it's alright. I low-key think she called for her dad to take her home because she's proud of her dad and wants to show him off, you know, because he's a legend. So she just wants the dad to come into school so she can kind of get some sort of cred, you know what I mean? Like, you become like the cool kid in school because you brought your dad to school because your dad's a celebrity, you know what I mean? I could be wrong, but all right. What you want to make for dinner? She asks. Samura is kind of what the, and it's a bit like puzzled. He sees a crow. Interesting. And he says, garbage? Who? And Iri's kind of stunned by that. Okay, I'm a bit confused. Garbage? Who? Interesting. What a mess. Who dumped this stuff here? Don't they know where the garbage drop is? There's gunk on the wall too. I'll clean this up. Here, can you go toss this? Oh, my bad. Okay. I get what just happened. So, they were walking home and he spotted something on the floor while she was asking what was for dinner. And then he was like, what the? Kind of like so shocked. Like, what the? Like, what's that? Like, garbage? Who put that there, right? And Iri kind of feels sad about it, and then she kicks the garbage, overreacting, kind of like, what a mess, who dumped this stuff here? Don't they know where the garbage drop is? There's gunk on the wall too. I'll clean this up. Basically trying to spare Samura. Here, can you go toss this? Iri says, and Samura just says, sure. Yeesh, she's complaining. It's like, what gives? Yo, did you see that? Say every time they say did you see that to Samura, knowing that he's fully blind, is hilarious. That pile of trash was huge. Must have been more than just us. Okay. Was there graffiti before? Yeah, but not like this. Well, it's not like he can see it. Samura, oh, hey, you two dumped that trash? Okay, so the people who dumped the trash, Samura confronts them. It wasn't just us, they say. What? Why? Seishi Samura. Hey, let's get this out in the open. It's because you disgust us. Interesting. We heard what really happened half a year ago. The word spread. The word about... Okay, so it looks like the Ishaku spread the word about the deaths. How the Swordmaster massacred the people of that small country. He's whispering that story. But we can't prove it because the Kamunabi covered up everything. Interesting. We scattered leaflets throughout the city about the treaty and the ethnic cleansing perpetrated by the Swordmaster, along with a forged photo of the signing of the treaty. After all, that information was based on truth. It was quite compelling. Okay, so the leader of the Hishaku has gone around spreading this word, and as such, the prestige of being the hero of the war hero is trying to fade away, and he's now being, in the same light as that one guy who massacred 200,000 people. So now he's being seen as a villain, and people are basically expressing their disdain for what happened, and I guess blaming him for it. I don't think that's fair, but I get it. They don't know what happened. Well, not enough to persuade an intelligent person, but they did fuel mistrust of the heroes. I like how the Hishaku is like, well, not enough to persuade an intelligent person, but they did fuel. It's true. Sometimes propaganda, if you just think a little bit, like have some form of critical thinking, propaganda isn't really, how do I put it? It's not as powerful as it may seem. It's people that gave propaganda power, right? If you fall for it, if you feed into it, then it gains power. But like this, for example, this story that the Shakas put in there, it's like, of course they're putting it in there because they have an ulterior motive. They really want to sow some sort of mistrust, like among basically sway public opinion against the Enchanted Blade users, right? And the people who are not actually thinking about the entire thing in like, where is this information coming from? Why is it being released right now? Why all these years nothing was said, but all of a sudden now this is coming out to light? People don't naturally ask those questions, just kind of bite and fit into whatever it is they hear, and this happens in the real world right now. So Hishaku is basically saying, yeah, like all the intelligent people would fall for it, but the sheep will fall for it. Given that the target of the rumors was a legendary swordmaster, nobody felt comfortable making direct allegations. Instead, there's been a slow mounting tension. Everyone in this town already knows what you are. The other guys accusing Samura. 6 months ago, when Iori started going to school, it was already happening. See, so Iori was probably lying. The only part that might have been true was the part where they got into a fight. That might be the only part that was true, when they got into a fight, because something just told me she was lying to make her dad feel better. I felt like she was being bullied or something along those lines. You know what I mean? 6 months ago, when Iori started going to school, it was already happening. That was close. He almost noticed it. The truth is, that never happened. I knew it. What's he like? He was blown away. But my dad told me that hero stuff is bull. Those sorcerers were a bunch of mass murderers. I heard that too. You're the daughter of a killer, so she was getting bullied. I knew it. I can't hold my daughter with these hands. Quit sniveling about the war and neglecting your wife and daughter. So this is a memory from the past when the wife was still around. If dad thinks I'm suffering because we are together, he might go far away from me again. And that's exactly what happened, sadly. So she was perfectly okay with this reality. But Samura didn't know that. Samura just felt like she was suffering. And I mean, getting bullied is not fun. But I guess for a child like that who's lost her mother and just all she has right now to call like family is her father, she's willing to endure the hardship of being bullied just to be with her dad. And her dad, you know, being a parent, is doing what parents do, putting the kids before themselves and not wanting her to have a tough life, right? Wanting her, the idea of her being bullied, he just couldn't live with it. So I can kind of get both sides, but if they just had a conversation, and I guess in this situation the dad will have to lead that conversation to actually know what is in Iori's heart, he maybe would have found a different solution besides sealing Iori's memories. Now, there's a whole other thing about the malediction, so I actually don't know if that would have made a difference, but I just feel like they're on two different pages here. On one hand, she wants to stay with her dad, and since all her memories are back, I don't know if she still decides to erase her memories or does she go back. I don't know. I'm a bit confused about it, but we should see. Yikes, she's a killer too. Okay, so she's fighting. Watch out, she'll kill you. Okay, they're bugging her, making fun of her. Violent, aren't you? And I guess that's a teacher. Runs in the blood, I guess. Oh wow, all the way up to even the teachers were engaging in the bullying. They're tossing cups at her, bullying her in school, having fun at school, and she comes home and she says, yeah, if he doesn't find out, if I can hide it, we can stay together. So she doesn't care about all of that. She's willing to go through all that pain just so she can still have one family. She can still be with her father, you know? It's kind of sad. Sorry, my mom says I shouldn't be friends with you. Wow, she couldn't even make friends. Why does she even keep coming to school? Wow, they broke? Wow, kids are mean, you know? Like, what did she do? She didn't do anything. I never understood that. They flipped her desk upside down. Her books are on the ground. Wow, okay. That's just sad. She's crying. She's really going through it though. My dad's a hero and I'm his daughter. She's still proud. If I can be strong, if I can just hang in there, I won't lose another person I love. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, because the mom is gone. She doesn't want to lose the dad. And she knows once the dad knows she's suffering, that's exactly what will happen. You can see her crying here, not because she's being bullied in school, but because she's afraid that if the dad finds out about everything, that she will lose her dad. And that's what's making her sad. So everything, just time of grief. It's heavy. It's really heavy. I feel bad for Iori. It's okay. It's okay. It's starting to make sense now why the dad did what he did. And maybe now Iori wouldn't just think that, oh, Samura just didn't want to be with her because, anyways, let's just keep going, see how it goes. And Samura's crying as well. He feels bad. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Ever since she lost her mother for the past 6 months, Iori's been battling this all alone. And he said, thanks for tossing that trash. and it's all because of me. Yeah, he feels bad. He puts her to sleep. She's sobbing in silence, and he is crying outside the door, looking toward the future. And then, interesting. There's an image of what I assume is somebody hanging. I don't know if it's all in his head. Maybe he's scared that the bullying and will make his daughter so depressed that she might take her own life. And he's kind of breathing hard, and that vision in his head, even though he can't see, but that idea of his daughter hanging herself is making him breathe hard. Again, I'm not sure. Let me move to the next panel. Okay. She's crying. She's crying in her bed. Okay, the 6 months we spent together as father and daughter came to an end when I left Erie with her mother's sister. Oh no, she started crying because he decided to leave her with her mother's sister, basically leaving her with her aunt. Oh, damn, that's heavy. So what Erie was afraid of actually did happen, and wow, she was crying. She was really bawling her eyes out. Damn, Erie. Oh, I feel bad for Erie. Wow, golly, man. This author just wants to make me sad, this chapter. And now we're going back to Shihiro's past, when Seishi Samura visited his dad. Those who know of the Swordmaster's crime, yeah, the old geezer told me about the prophecy. The malediction will happen again. As long as the Swordmaster and the Shinoshi are sealed and isolated, there's no concern. So that's Samura recalling the discussion that they had that with the old geezer about how, just keeping that guy contained will prevent the malediction from happening. But at the same time, there's always a chance that he could get freed, right? And obviously, I'm counting on you to protect Rokuhira, Samura is telling Shiba. Okay. Protect him at all costs for the sake of the future. So that part I don't quite understand. And obviously, we know Rokuhira is dead. But I don't understand how protecting Rokuhira could somehow have an impact to the future outcome or the potential malediction from spreading. That's a bit interesting. Okay. And then obviously that was in the past, and then later in this new panel, like, he gets a call that Rokuhira is dead. He puts the phone down, and there's a picture of Shihiro in front of his bleeding father, and it just says to be continued. So this panel, there are no chat boxes or anything. It's just sadness. It's just sadness. That's just what's here. It's just sadness. Poor Yuri, man. That was tragic, bro. 73 was just tragic. I'm sorry, that was tragic. Chapter 73 was tragic. Rokuhira's home has been invaded. Kunoshige Rokuhira has been murdered. They stole all the enchanted blades. The sword bearers are in danger too. Come to HQ with the bodyguards we sent. They'll be there momentarily. That was the call Samura received. And he just goes, you, and doesn't complete the sentence. And just, you could clearly see he's hurt. Remember me? Long time no see, Samura. Ishaku guy comes in. There are 3 more outside. He's thinking to himself. So you're part of an organization. You killed Rokuhira, didn't you? And then he simply says, yes, we're called the Hishaku. And now you're here to kill the sword bearers, I imagine. Yes, we've already disposed of one. We've met our quota. We've got limited manpower after all. I'm here to negotiate with you about the future, Samura. And if I don't cooperate, you'll kill me, right? Yes, but you'll cooperate. The impending catastrophe is nigh. So the Hishaku guy says, interesting. Screw that. You and your prophecy crap. The seal on the Shinoshi is plenty strong to keep it stable. It was fine the way it was until you stole it. You're the ones who are trying to unleash another malediction. Ishaku guy simply calmly says, not exactly. How can you be so sure it will remain stable? Honestly, I've had that concern myself, right? Until they actually kill all of them, there is a chance that it won't remain stable. That small country has been sealed off, but the flowers the Shinoshi caused to bloom still persist. They are pure spirit energy. Were the battle truly over, they'll disappear. Those flowers are proof that the Swordmaster's bloodlust never waned after the war. So I'm assuming this is going to be the big bad at some point in this series. He's going to get the sword and it's going to go crazy. The Shinoshi and the Swordmaster already once shattered everything we imagined was possible. They could shatter your faith in this stability at any time. 2. That possibility has always existed. And I agree. I said it in the last stream. As long as that guy is alive, and I just said it again in this stream, as long as that guy is alive, the possibility isn't zero. Malediction is it's very likely to happen again. I still don't understand the whole prophecy thing though. Like if he can see the future, I guess he already knows that. He already knows what Samura would do. Anyways, I don't know. This whole prophecy thing is kind of. I need more information about that. But instead of eliminating that possibility, you sword bearers deny the danger and complacently go about your lives hiding the truth. That is your sin. And Samura simply says he knows. He even knows about what happens when the contracts break. And then the Shaku guy says, my goal is to execute the Swordmaster and to wield the Shinoshi. You see, now that's the part where I don't quite understand, alright? Hishaku guy, you know, I'm with you to some extent about killing them. I'm with you. I get that. But the fact that you want to wield it for yourself, I don't know. I don't know. It's not like you're some altruistic guy trying to help people. I feel like you're just power hungry. I mean, you do look evil and you've been into so far. They've shown you do some evil things. So you're definitely a villain. You're definitely a bad guy. And to wield the Shinoshi. It was the Swordmaster who caused the true realm of the Shinoshi to manifest as the malediction. Thus, my goal will in fact serve to end the malediction. See, that all sounds well and good, but I don't trust him one bit. Your daughter's no longer with you? He says, being with me was only hurting her. The Shaku guy is kind of quiet. I was hoping to have another pawn to help us kill the Swordmaster. For the sake of the future, I'll give you a chance to atone for your sins. This guy's cold. It's like I was hoping to have another pawn. So from the get-go, he already established that he was willing to use Samura's daughter as a pawn. That would actually explain why it was so easy for him to make that decision to seal Iori's memories and send her away. I don't quite understand his true intent, but I know one thing. Nothing good can come from allowing them free reign with the enchanted blades. But it's true, even if I resist and kill him, this won't be over. That possibility always existed. Seishi, Samura, let's end this menace together. I hate how he's talking like you're a team now and like he's trying to do some sort of good thing. I really dislike that. We need to eradicate them from the root. To look toward the future, we should have just executed the Swordmaster to begin with. I agree with that. I don't think that Swordmaster should still be alive. I understand that they're trying to do this thing where they seal the enchanted blades and somehow live in harmony. But so long as he lives, there's a chance that he might break out. There's a chance that some bad actors might free him. There's so many things that can happen. So I don't want to agree with the Ishaku guy because I really don't like that guy. He just seems like pure evil. It seems like bad news. At the same time, he making sense. Sometimes villains be making sense in anime and manga, right? There's no point in life anyway when I cause nothing but misery for those closest to me. And then he takes a flashback to when he left Iori with her auntie, basically Iori's mom's sister, and how Iori was bawling in tears, and that still hurts him till this day, right? About 3 years after my father left me, and now we switch back to Iori's POV, like Iori's memories. About 3 years after my father left me with my aunt, word got out about Kunishige Rokira's death, and the Kamunabi started monitoring me. Okay, so Kamunabi walked up to Iori. I think this time she's older now. She's no longer 8. Sorry, but you could be in danger too, the Kamunabi agent tell her. Because I'm Seishi Samura's daughter, she thinks to herself. 6 months later, after the visit from the Kamunabi, Ro, the leader of the Masumi, approaches her without his glasses this time. We work for your father, you'll have to come with us, you say. Welcome, Reto. Yes, yes. Emotional touchy chapter. Yes, yes. That was pain. I felt so bad for Eerie. You missed it. Yeah. I like the fact that you knew what chapter I just read. That's crazy, and that's exactly how I felt reading it. Like, oh my goodness, I felt so bad for Eerie. But yeah, you did miss that. It was. I couldn't have described it any better. Emotional torture is the right description. Starting now, you're no longer Seishi Samura's daughter. I know it's been hard, Ro tells her. As Seishi Samura's daughter, she's now thinking, I dealt with slander and violence as Seishi Samura's daughter. I was a prisoner. But as Seishi Samura's daughter, I got to be with my dad. Oh! What's this mangaka doing to me? Oh my god! You can't see that. I don't know if you can say it. It's like goosebumps. That got to me. Oh, that got to me. That's some. Oh, this guy. I don't like this. I mean, I do like the author, but don't be doing it like this, man. It's like as Seishi Samura's daughter, I dealt with slander and violence. As Seishi Samura's daughter, I was a prisoner. But as Seishi Samura's daughter, I got to be with my dad. Oh yeah, anime. What's up, anime? But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for the last panel of this chapter. But no, that was crazy. Like that was deep. That was deep. And you know, this is something about life, right? You have to learn how to take the good with the bad sometimes. There's literally nothing in this world that doesn't have that duality, you know, yin and yang. There's always going to be that I love this, but I hate this. It's always gonna be like that. And for her, her love of her dad just kind of like makes everything else bearable, even though it sucks. Like she's literally calling everything that she goes through just because she's Seishi Samura's daughter. But then at the same time, she just has one thing to balance the scales. I get to be with my dad. And if Samura could see that in his mind, I got to see my mother's last smile. Oh, damn. Oh my god, bro. Oh, I'm sorry I caused you nothing but pain. Dad, it's a card that he sent to her. And now we're back. Now we're back to the future. Seems like we're done with the flashbacks. Now we're back to the present. I said the future. And her eyes, I guess now that her full memories are back. So she opened her eyes after murking a lot of people blind while she was blind. Well, she didn't murk anybody. She was kind of just slicing their fingers and everything. But now her eyes are opened. And I guess that was the memory she just got. So, and then Ro notices, and Shihiro kind of notices as well. It's unbelievable. She's completely destroyed the seal. So that first panel, the top panel there, is from Shihiro successfully pulling off the Iai white purity style. After watching her do what she did with the cutting of the fingers and everything, essentially using the Iai white purity style, Shihiro copies that because, you know, main character hacks. He's a genius, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. And Ro and Shihiro were able to see the moment where she completely breaks the seal. And Ro's like, unbelievable, she's completely destroyed the seal. Hiriko isn't quite dead. Toto comes in, the girl that doesn't want to engage in the fighting comes in and teleports him away. I knew this is what was going to happen because I feel like Hirohiko is like his Sasuke, except he's a full-on villain. I guess Sasuke in some form became a full-on villain for a bit, but you know what I mean. People are calling him the knockoff Mahito. I don't know why, but I don't know. I don't think he's Mahito at all, but he's a bit whimsical like Mahito. So they teleport away from there. My sword softened the blow so the wound's shallow. I can move. I don't need treatment. Get the enchanted blade. This guy has a death wish. He's asking for the enchanted blade. Brother, if SAMURA gets whiff of the fact that you're using the enchanted blade, what would happen to you? You're already injured and you want to bring that smoke? You don't want the smoke from SAMURA. I am just saying. We have it, but I'll handle them. Help Eri, okay? Ikura, thank you for coming. Eri is giving a shout out to Ikura. Shiro gets my looking like Iriko too. That's funny. Ikura, thank you for coming. Ikura, thank you for coming. Then Ikura just says shocked, a bit confused. But to be honest, if Ikura never came, Eri doesn't recall her memories. Eri doesn't have that desire to save Ikura, because Ikura comes in, which is very brave by the way, for a regular civilian with no sorcery, no powers, to just enter this madness, this chaos, right? Just come in here, nothing, all just for I want to save my friend Eri. So shout out to Ikura, okay? I always respect guys like that, you know, because sometimes like it's impossible to be brave without if you're not afraid, right? So the fact that he was afraid and he still showed up, that for me says a lot about the content of his character. And even though he's definitely a weakling, like he's a fodder NPC in this series, at least maybe I don't know, maybe there's more depth to him later as the series progresses, but at this point he's NPC to me. I still respect what he did, and because of that, taking the key up there and everything, he helped in his own way, not in the traditional sense, but he did help. So yeah, gratitude is in order, and he deserves that thank you. He's a bit confused, kind of like, sure, what did I do? And you know, Iri's eyes are closed again. She's back into action, and now she's fighting side by side with Chihiro. Oh, that's a deadly duo. That's a student of SAMURA, or the daughter of SAMURA, and Chihiro. Oh, she's kind of elegant. I like the way the author draws her, right? Because she's kind of like more refined. I know I explained it. You can kind of tell by looking at the art and the illustration from her movements that she's a bit more refined compared to the others. Like Shiro is a bit like has a lot of finesse to his fighting, but there's also a certain roughness, like ruggedness to his fighting. But when you look at her, she seems so graceful, like she's like a ballerina fighting. You know what I mean? The author does a good job conveying that with the way the lines are so like smooth, while Shiro is a bit like on edge. And Ikura is just like blown away. Whoa. And then he's like, did Mr. SAMURA teach you sword fighting? Ira replies to Chihiro, yes, it's my first time with a real blade though. Damn! That's her first time with a real blade? And she's putting in this much work? Excuse me? Because true, in the past she was training with like the fake, I forgot what I call it, there's a term for it, I know the Japanese term, I've forgotten. When I used to read or watch like Rurouni Kenshi Samurai X, I knew what that was called because that was one of the things that one of the characters used. The wooden sword thingy. As long as I close my eyes, I'm good. I don't have to see the blood. Ever since my dad left, if I can get stronger. Now, ever since my dad left, that was a pause, and then she's thinking about something in the past. If I can get stronger, that's why I want to be like you, so I can protect everyone too. If I get strong enough to send all this stuff flying, maybe he'll stay with me. Aww, Yuri. It's kind of funny, like the two POVs, right? Like her dad is like, I just don't want to cause this girl pain, and she's just like, I just want to be with my dad. I don't care about anything. And that's the funny thing about fatherhood, right? There are many fathers who leave their children at birth, or maybe they don't want to take the role of fatherhood because they have this weird idea about what it means to be a father. I mean, I'm not a dad, but I had a dad. It's not with me anymore, but I had the privilege of having a dad for a long time in my life. You know, unlike some people, and it's really a privilege. And the truth is, sometimes the presence is all you need. Not much. Obviously, there's like the provider, the protector, and all of that stuff that goes into it. You know, some men have children, maybe they're broke, or they just feel like they can't be good dads, so they abandon their kids. But the truth is, if you speak to every kid that hasn't had their father in their life, they're not talking about how they wish their dad was there to give them a certain amount of money, or they wish their dad was there to ride them in a Lamborghini or anything like that. They just say, I wish I had my dad. I just wish I was able to hang out with my dad, able to go to school with my dad, just to be with my dad. I feel like a father's job, as complicated as it may seem, from the POV of a child, is just being there. Really. It doesn't matter. Like, look at what she would have gone through if she had her father in her life, and she's just like, I just want to be with my dad. Like, look at the extent she's going into. She's learning how to fight and everything, just want to get everything just to be with her dad. She looks up to the sky. She opens her eyes. She looks up to the sky, and she says, "Is that my dad?" Shihiro says, "Yes." And then she says, "Is he watching us?" And then Shihiro says, "If the seal is broken, Mr. SAMURA must be remembering you too." Oh yeah, it goes both ways, but he can't come and find you now. Mr. SAMURA is on a mission. He's on his way to kill the contracted sword bearers. Oh, the sadness in Yuri's eyes as she's looking up. It's almost as if she's staring at the eyes of her father in a way. That's why she asked, like, is he watching us? So she's looking at the sky because that's kind of like the closest she's been with her father since her memories was sealed. Golly, man, what's wrong with this guy making me all sad? And oh man, I didn't know this was what this stream was gonna be about. I wasn't prepared for this. The last chapter was horrible in terms of like emotional torture, like Rental said, but this is not any better. I'm sorry. Yes, I remember it all. And then Eerie just says, so it was meaningless. No matter how much I struggled, my feelings could never reach him. Yeah, you guys never talked. And he's a dad. He's always gonna put you first. And now there's Shira's a bit like Shira's a bit locked in. That's kind of like the face of determination. And now he has a flashback to Ro. If you draw the N10, Mr. Samura might try to kill you. He went easy on you the first time, but if he kills you again, Samura will keep the N10 next time. That just sounds like a very weird statement. If he kills you again. It just sounds crazy. If he kills you again. Usually killing and dying is something that happens once, right? But I get it. He survived the first attempt. If you draw the enchanted blade, Samura will know. Even with proper technique, you're covered in wounds. Okay, so it looks like Hirohiko is gonna draw anyways. And then Hirohiko is thinking either way, Shihiro will draw. Okay, they kind of have like a weird connection. I know Hirohiko is kind of deluded calling Chihiro his friend, but in a weird way, they do have this weird bond, this weird connection. And if... What happened to the stream just now? Okay, looks like we're back, sorry. On my end, it kind of showed like... It kind of froze a little bit. Hold up, guys. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Stream kind of... Alright, I think we're back. Sorry, guys. We're back. I don't know if you guys could hear me. That was kind of weird. The stream just kind of acted up a bit. Alright, we're back. Looks like we're back. All is good in the world. Alright, bet. Where was I? Yeah. Besides, I'm not just letting this end this way. Samura was already forced to cut him down once, Todo replied. He's resisted using it for this long. Why would he? It wasn't meaningless. Shira is talking to Eerie. You need to hone your swordsmanship to achieve greater heights with the enchanted blade. Ro was telling that to Shihiro. And then Shihiro says you can reach him now. So Shihiro is gonna willingly draw the blade just to force this reunion between yeah, thanks anime. Yeah, I went black. I don't know what happened there. Weird. Technical difficulties. But yeah, it's like you can reach him now. So Shihiro wants to draw the blade just so that I'm trying to understand. Maybe he's just trying to get Samura to appear on purpose so that she okay, yeah. So he's doing this on purpose to bring Samura there so that Samura can see his daughter. But let's just see how this plays out. Because obviously he's the main character. It's not like Samura is going to come in and kill him. And if he does kill him, he'll probably just come back to life like he did last time when he killed him. Alright, you can reach him now. And then there's flashbacks about what you want, even if it's just for one moment. And then Eerie, tears in her eyes. I want to see my father. Oh, the love she has for her dad is so cool. So now, Hirohiko goes Kumiuri and Shihiro goes N10. But you see what I mean? Hirohiko knew, even though he wasn't there, he could feel that, what's his name? Shihiro was going to draw. He just said it doesn't matter. He's going to draw. And that makes sense, right? Because if he's going to draw anyway, Samura's going to show up, right? So if Samura's going to show up, I might as well just draw as well. So Hirohiko was spot on there. Even though he wasn't in the presence of Shihiro, he just knew. Okay? Okay, the black thing in the sky is kind of cleared out. There's like feathers falling down, and Eerie is looking with longing eyes at the sky. There are no words on this page, just art, right? So there's a sky, there's a building, Eerie is looking up, eyes just hopeful to see the father, and out of nowhere, her dad appears and says, Tobi Mune, and there's a crows. Oh, anime, fair play. The last panel of this chapter is one of my favorites. Anime, Fair play. I get it. Now that's dope. Literally the angel of death descending from the heavens. Oh my god. I don't have very good what you call it. I don't know a lot about audio tech, so if I do scream, it cuts out, and I don't know what it's gonna be like for you guys. So that's why I did that weird sound just now. But I wanted to. I can mute myself. Next time, that's what I'll do. I'll mute myself and scream, and then I'll mute myself. I forgot I could just do that. But yeah. Oh my god! What the hell? Nah, man, this mangaka be cooking for no reason, bro. Like, I'm already fed and he's still cooking. Still cooking. Dude, that's crazy. It's like, I go into a buffet, right? And they've given me all I can eat. I've wiped up the plate. I turn to the kitchen and the chef is still cooking. Look at this. The angel of death descending from the skies. Pure, unadulterated aura. Pure, unadulterated aura. You can't even, bruh, nah. Shout out to the mangaka for that. And by the way, another thing to note here in this last panel, besides, you know, because I'm just distracted, I was distracted for a second by the wings and everything just falling from the sky. The N10 is not fully on sheet. It's not fully out. It's just like this. And my man's already descending from the sky. Nah, this boy don't play. SAMURA don't play. The speed. Like, he just did, and he's already there. No wonder he's so good at the Iori, what do you call it, white period style. Because this guy is all about speed. The shading and perspective on Shiro's hands also sings to me here. It's not far away from it. Nice. That's true. That is true. If you were playing like a SAMURA POV, like a first person, what do you call it? First person POV. I don't know what they call it. Like, kind of like Call of Duty, but with a sword. Yeah, you're right. And then, and if you look at his finger, another thing I missed. If you look at his finger, that's the Iori white purity style thing. Like, he's about to do it and then, you know, switch it up. But he's ready to go and clash with SAMURA already. But anyways, this was good. This was an amazing panel. Anime, fair play to you. Anime, fair play to you. You were right. You were absolutely right. You were absolutely right. Tobi Mune, Ente, Kumiyuri. That's how chapter 75 started. Bro. That's how chapter 70, like, literally, Tobi Mune, Ente, Kumiyuri. 3 enchanted blades in one place. Alright. For hype, this is fantastic. But in terms of how Kagurabachi is, this could be bad. This could be bad news. This might be a bad thing because 3 enchanted blades in one place. From my POV, I know you guys have finished the manga and all of that, or up to date. I don't know what this is because I've never seen this before. I also like the detail this chapter of Shihiro removing his gloves so he can touch the N10 directly to reforge his internal contract. Not important, but it's a nice detail. Oh, thanks for that, Rento. I completely missed that. Yeah, he did have his gloves off. That explains it. Oh, thanks for that. I completely missed that. See, this is why I like having you guys when I read this stuff. It's amazing. I completely didn't catch that at all. Thank you. Crow. Damn. The aura here is crazy, and Iori is just in awe. And I guess, I don't know, it's like, I don't know what you call this expression on her face. I don't know if it's longing, I don't know if it's sadness, I don't know if it's happiness, but she's just looking at her dad like, finally, I get to see you after all these years. If an enchanted blade is unleashed anywhere, he can detect it. Think of it as unusable. And then everybody said we should get out of here. This is bad. Toto. I love Toto. Toto is always about self-preservation. Toto is like me first. I don't care about anything else. If there's danger, I'm fleeing. Toto might be very strong. You know, Toto might be very strong. But let's see. And Hiriko's like, yeah. But then he thinks to himself, but that's why after I kill the sword bearers, there'll be a showdown between me and you. So that's something he said in the past that Hiriko is recalling. He wasn't anticipating having his daughter here. Must be unsettling for him to say the least. If we're going to capture his daughter, it's now or never. Okay, you're kind of crazy. Toto is missing his... Toto's head has been separated from her body. Toto's head has been separated from her body. Just when Hirohiko's about to say banquet or banquet, I don't even pronounce that. I say banquet or banquet, whatever. Just while I almost said banker, but just as he's about to get into action, because he's thinking with the daughter there, he could use it as some sort of like a bargaining chip or some sort of like a play to get an edge on SAMURA. Toto's beheaded. Like Toto's head is literally on the ground. Does Toto have a way of like regenerating? Because I didn't see anything from Toto. All I saw was Toto trying to run away the entire time, and now Toto's kicked the bucket. Okay. Wow. Yai white pretty style is hella fast. Huh? Wait. What is going on, guys? I wasn't ready for this. Wait, what is going on? It's two heads on the ground. Okay, the Ishaku's got to have a way of regenerating. I'm telling you, it looks like he said banquet. It was banquet. That's what he said, but it sounded like banquet. And then, do you know how fast you have to be? Let me explain something. SAMURA cuts off the head of Toto. Toto's fallen to the ground. Cuts off the hand. Cuts off the arm, the hand, and the head of Hirohiko. And Hirohiko's neurons were able to still communicate the words, huh? Or the word, huh? Like the expression, huh? While the head is separated from the body. That's next level speed. Do you know how fast you have to be to for this to be possible? Obviously, it's unrealistic, but world of Kagurabachi, sorcerer, in this world, do you know how fast you have to be for that to happen? That's insane. Yeah, SAMURA is the GOAT. Anime, I get why this is your favorite character. I get it. I fair play to you. I get it. My favorite character is still, you know, the GOAT himself. You know, I can't remember his name right now. Shihiro's newfound friend, the one that has the low storeroom. His name's not coming to mind, but he's still my favorite character. But SAMURA is cold. I should always have this. Let me Google it. I remember his name. Jesus Christ, why do I always forget people's names, man? Shihiro. As soon as I see it, I'll remember. Hakuri. Thank you. Hakuri Sazanami. There we go. That's it. That's who I was looking for. I don't know. I'm terrible with names, man. It's actually sad. The power scalers are frothing at the mouth every time someone pulls some whack feet with an enchanted blade. Bro, when it comes to power scaling, I just stay out of that whole business. I do. Let me tell you how power scalers think, right? They'll be like, all right, bet. So, you know, in this anime, right, there's this one time where this one guy made this move and he caught this thing. So if we extrapolate from that incident and then go to this other unrelated anime and extrapolate that this guy did this thing, it will now beg to the, like, I can't follow up those people, bro. It's like a whole different thing. I don't even like to deal with power skillers. Whatever power skillers say is law. I just don't care. Like, y'all do that. I don't care about that stuff. All right. Okay, when he draws the Tobimune, he uses these dancing feathers to sense his surroundings. Oh, because he's blind, so it works for him. One of Tobimune's powers is Crow. He can swap locations with any of the dancing feathers. That's why he was so fast. So that, incorporated with the fact that he's blind and the Yai white purity style, that's why he was able to get from point A to point B so quickly. Bro, that image of him descending from the sky with the black wings makes a lot of sense. That's the angel of death for real, because this guy brings death. Wait. There's no way Hirohiko is dead, though. There's no way Hirohiko is dead. I refuse to believe it. Kuro, Shred, Shihiro says. He's one of my goals, but there's a few others you haven't met yet. I bet. I'm looking forward to that. The funnest part of power scaling to me is anti-feats, where people showcase times a character failed to do something as evidence that we couldn't understand you. I know exactly what you mean. It is funny. And sometimes it's like they disregard context. And the thing with power scaling is it is not an objective thing, right? Power scalers are generally not objective. They just pick and choose whatever feats they want to help them win whatever argument they're trying to win for their favorite character. That's just what it is. What on earth is going on? Did you guys break the seal? Ro? A question. And Ro says, no, we didn't. That was all your daughter. Your daughter did it all by herself. She did it on her own. Exactly. Redo it then, Samura says. Do you have nothing to say to me? Iori says to Samura. After such a long time, she's screaming. All this time, Father, and he goes, oh, Father. What's going on right now? There are too many twists and turns in this chapter. Is this all an illusion? Is this Tsukuyomi? He goes, oh, Father. And now the sword is melting in his hands. What? What's going on? The building. Everything is swirling. What's going on? Is this Tsukuyomi? Is that Tsukuyomi Kagurabachi? What is going on? The building is like swirling. It's kind of like... It's like a wedge trip. No, it's not the building. It's our inner state. This is... Banquet. Oh, Banquet. One of Kumuri's powers is Banquet. It causes intoxicating hallucinations. Oh, no wonder it looks like so trippy. I bet you when this author writes some of these things, it will not surprise me if he does some substances. I'll be honest with you, because sometimes the way he be choosing to illustrate these things, I'm like, maybe you're just illustrating what you experience. Maybe some of these things just come to you in one of your moments. You know, a lot of artists are like that. Let me not say it. I don't know him that well, but Banquet. One of Kimiri's powers is Banquet, causing intoxicating hallucinations. Hirohiko made the first move. Samura's cuts were an illusion. Aha, I knew it. I knew it. There was no way Hirohiko was going to die. I was saying that. There's no way. Where is he? Rose says. It even produced the sensation of slicing. Mr. Samura was taken by surprise. His daughter's presence must have distracted him. Damn, these guys weren't affected? Interesting. So he can direct. The fact that those further NPCs were not affected, it means he can choose who gets affected by Banquet. Bankai! It effectively is Bankai. This author, one of his biggest inspirations is Naruto, so you can definitely see some similarities here and there. Okay, that's fair. Fair play. That makes sense. Mr. Samura, no excuses. Protect your daughter. Interesting. Okay. And all these further NPCs are rushing at her. Question though, and I guess this is the thing. How exactly would a hallucinogen affect somebody who is blind? Because I've never actually taken any, I've not done any XX or any, I don't do any hard, I don't do anything. The worst I've done is alcohol. That's about it. I don't do anything crazy, right? So I actually don't know. But, and I'm not saying you guys do, I'm just thinking out of the top of my head. But how would an hallucination affect somebody who's blind? Like, how would that, what's the sensation like for someone who's blind? Because I imagine that they do go on a trip, because hallucinations are not real, right? So it not necessarily has anything to do with your perception. Maybe it does. Maybe your perceptions get warped. I don't know. But seeing as she's closing her eyes, I really don't know. This is kind of trippy. I'm not entirely sure how this is working. But if the author puts it in the manga, odds are he's done his research about hallucinogens. And yeah, so I'm not going to question it. Let's see how it goes. All right, she seems a bit... Damn, nah, he's still cooking. He beheaded all the NPCs, but did he really behead the NPCs, or was that also an hallucination? See, this is Tsukuyomi. I think it's because it affects your inner state, like they were saying earlier. This is why I need people like you online. This is why I need people like you online when I read. A few panels ago, it literally says your inner state. So it's not the same as a... Gotcha. That's it. Thank you. Appreciate it. What about you, Shihiro? I'll get the sorcerer. The Kimura is really useful. Hirohiko says. So Todo is still alive. See, your wounds are serious. With Kimura's abilities, we can get away. You don't have to get risky here. Let me get risky, Hirohiko replies. If we miss this chance, there won't be another. We need to get his daughter. I'll be telling you this right now, okay? Hirohiko might be a bad guy, but if he can somehow pull this off, if he can somehow get Iori while badly injured in the presence of Samura, I gotta put him into GOAT discussions. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put Hirohiko into Kagurabachi GOAT discussions. If he's able to somehow, among this chaos, get Iori with Shihiro, with Ro, and with what's his name, and Samura present, if he's somehow able to get Iori and take her back to the Hishaku, if he's able to get that one piece for the Hishaku, good discussions. I'm sorry. In the most basic sense, hallucinations are just your brain giving signals of stimuli that aren't real or misrepresented. So you can hallucinate sounds or sensations as well as visual stimuli. I got to beat to the punch for typing too much. I got to beat to the punch for typing too much. It's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you like typing and engaging, and like what do you call it, and giving me like the explanations. But honestly, makes sense. Like, I appreciate what Anime said earlier about the inner state. That clarified it. And yeah, it doesn't matter if like what you're giving more. So Anime was more like a concise thing. You're just giving more details, so it still helps. I understand what you're saying. Makes sense. Whether I got beat to the punch or not, thanks for typing that. I appreciate it. There's no way your mind is thinking that far ahead. Tell the truth. And then it's like, I won't let it end like this. That's all it is, right? Is it that obvious? Totally. Okay, so just like a kid always went to play just one more game. Okay, so he's addicted to it. It's not like he's really trying to help the Hishaku. He's giving himself an objective so that he can keep fighting Shihiro because he's having so much fun, because he's psychotic. That's what it is. How long have we known each other? Total thinks to herself. It's like, no quitting. One more time. All right, so he's locked in. All right, bet. Besides, he's already coming. Shihiro is coming here. The first crew is for detection. A beginner has a limited range using the Kumiori. I'll search inside the hotel. I know the Kumiori's abilities. That's why I use Nishiki to strengthen my inner ears. This time I'm prepared. Don't worry, I'll go after the daughter, Todo says. And this time I'll win. Hold up. So, okay, Hirohiko, Hirohiko's got that dog in him. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Hirohiko's got that dog in him. Because after being hit with the white period star, right, he's bleeding. His injuries are not like small, and he's still willing to go against Shihiro, who's unscathed right now in this hallway. And they're about to go Enchanted Blade for Enchanted Blade. So in this situation, he's very disadvantaged, not only in terms of the fact that his HP is a bit reduced. Also, Shihiro has a better mastery of the Enchanted Blade than he does, and Shihiro is more of an orthodox fighter than he is. So this is about to be a good one. It says this time I'll win. I'll be honest with you, I believe Hirohiko when he says I'll win. I believe him. He's a bad guy. I do not like him, but I respect the hell out of this character. And I gotta put him into GOAT conversations in Kagurabachi if he somehow gets Iori when there's Shihiro, Ro, and Samura present. I'm not saying GOAT conversations in the sense of like, oh, he's the strongest in the series, power skillers, calm down. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in terms of he's just got a dog in him, and I'm rating him right now. You better actually try to kill me this time, Hirohiko says to Shihiro. Shihiro says, last time I didn't know the Kumiori's whereabouts. Now that I found it, I have no issues killing you. Okay, so Samura is having a moment with his daughter. So his daughter screamed kind of like, hey, you haven't seen me all this time and that's all you have to say? You don't want to talk to me? And he has his back turned to Iori. I guess he can't bear to look her in the face. But comedian over here. He's blind, he can't see. But he has his back turned to Iori, and now there's a bit of we've been taken to a different scene here. The Hishaku leader is talking to that weird dude that uses wood. The guy with the hat. It's like Seishi Samura is the Hishaku's most powerful weapon right now. We must wield him wisely and then sacrifice him for the greatest possible gain. That's his fate. One key to sealing his fate is his daughter. Depending on how the battle in Kyoto is going, we'll fire 2 arrows. You see, everything about the leader of the Hishaku is just screaming, I don't like this dude. I just don't like. Let me tell you something, right? I've seen villains. I've seen Madara, right? I've seen Pain. I've seen Aizen. I've seen certain villains, and it's like, yeah, they might be twisted or whatever. Actually, Pain is a bad example. Aizen, yes, Aizen. Let's see. Who can I think of again? Hisoka, Miriam or whatever. You know what I mean? I've seen some. Actually, Miriam is a POS. Never mind. I can't think of anyone else. But what I'm saying is like this guy for me is in the same league as Miriam in terms of like I just can't find anything about them that I'll be like, okay, this is a redeeming quality. I guess when they shared more depth to his character, maybe I might like him. But right now, I just don't like the guy. I really don't like the guy. All right, we must wield him wisely and then sacrifice him for the greatest possible gain. That's his fate. One key to that is his daughter. Depending on how the battle Kyoto is going, we'll fire 2 arrows. Interesting. Deep down, right below us, lies the Shinichi and Kamunabi headquarters. Quite the obstacle. Oh dear, this is gonna be rough. Wait, pause. You mean to tell me that 2 Hishaku members are gonna raid the Kamunabi headquarters and get the Shinichi? Is that what you want me to believe right now? If they do this, I'm saying this right now. There's nothing you can tell me. If they successfully do this, just the 2 of them, the Kamunabis are frauds. They are frauds. I'm calling out right now. The Kamunabis are frauds. Complete frauds, and they should have no business being the government's sword or anything. They're frauds. Because how are you going to tell me that 2 of the Ishaku can step up in your kabeza, in your house, 2, just 2, and then take the Shinichi from under your... If they do that, the Kamunabi are frauds. The Kamunabi better not. I'm telling you this right now. Better not fall their hands here. I'm telling you, nah, that's cap. That cannot be. Oh dear, this is gonna be rough. It appears it's time. Oh, so they were waiting for him to stop watching the thing, like with the owl. Okay, damn, that's smart. As soon as the owl disappeared, he went with his next move. This guy always has a plan. Clearly, he does. That much I would say. He's smart. So there's nothing, the skies are clear, so Samura can no longer have vision, like can no longer see him and what he's about to do, so he can't intervene. And I guess he's confident and strong enough to the point where if Samura's not there, he's confident that he and his partner can attack the Kamunabi headquarters and take and retrieve the Shinichi. That's cold. That's really cold. And that says a lot about the Kamunabi. If they succeed here, that's something. Shihiro against Hirohiko. He sits up. I like reading the you guys can't see it because it's very opaque, but yeah, I like reading the little comments at the end of every chapter on this website. So the anticipated Hirohiko will use the enchanted blade, thus drawing Samura's attention and remove an owl just to bash into HQ and steal the Shinichi. They got balls. Yep, they got balls for real. Yeah, they really do. Alright, this is gonna be my last chapter for the night, chapter 76. The enchanted blades have a true realm that transcends theory. The theoretical limits can be infinitely transformed by the bearer. Okay, essentially the enchanted blades are only as strong as whoever's wielding it. Okay, I think they said this like earlier on in this series as well. He's using Nishiki to strengthen his inner ears as a means of countering banquets. So he's using his hearing instead to compensate for the false hallucinations or whatever it is. And that's Hirohiko's inner thoughts. So Samura's your real opponent. You're not wasting your real power to kill me. Hirohiko feels hurt by that in a psychotic way. And they just kind of exchange blank stares. The silence, I guess, is a way of saying, yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. That decides it. I'm going to kill Samura first. Hirohiko is such a twisted person, I'm telling you. He's just like, well, if I'm not going to get attention from Shihiro, I'm just going to kill the person that's distracting Shihiro. So that decides I'm going to kill Samura first. And Todo's like, what? I want Shihiro to fight me for real. What did Yura say? He said, it's up to you, Hirohiko. Basically, it's fine if you do that, so long as you retrieve Tobimune. Okie dokie. You hide then, Todo. Okay. Yo, if Hirohiko pulls this off, I'm telling you this right now, you guys are gonna have to debate me out of the park, because there's no way you'll be able to tell me that Hirohiko is not a goat. He's injured, by the way. Let's remember that he's injured and he's bleeding. All right. Shihiro is fresh. Samurai is fresh. Ro is fresh. Okay, all they've had to deal with is NPCs. I'm just saying. And guys, play. So for him, it's just a game. He's just having fun. Apart from the Shinichi, the enchanted blades have 3 main abilities. Of Kimuyuri's abilities, Banquet causes hallucinations. Play enables the user to freely control the objects around them. Okay, that's kind of broken. How is that fair? So play enables him to control. So is it like, does it become like telekinetic or what? Like, what the hell? Excuse me? Wait. It says it freely control the objects around him. Objects. I guess objects isn't restricted to non-living things. It's like anything. Oh yeah, anime. I can see the Naruto inspiration right now, because this is clearly Edo Tensei. All right, this is Edo Tensei. You cannot spin it. No. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Hey, listen. Sometimes art, you just gotta. There's a thing in art. Sometimes you just gotta steal creatively. right? And that I have no problem with this. This is well executed, all right? I don't mind it. But this is Edo Tensei. I'm gonna just put it out there. So he's controlling the corpses with his Kumiori using play. And I guess he's just like playing with them. Damn, oh, that's so creepy. A headless body just rushing at Shihiro. What do you even do in this situation? Because you can't cut down what is already dead. You can't cut down what is already dead. Corpses. Hiriko thinks of corpses as objects. What a harsh way of looking at things. But this isn't anything to... Well, I understand why you might underestimate me. You've already beaten me once. Twice, actually. Okay, so... She was like, but this isn't anything too. So he was about to underestimate, what's his face, Hirohiko, but he stopped me like while he's thinking. He's like, he kind of stops for a bit. It's like, this isn't what I'm thinking. I think he's beginning to realize that, oh, he's screwed, right? So and then Hirohiko is thinking to himself, well, I understand why you might underestimate me. You've already beaten me once, twice actually, but I guess Hirohiko is trying to let him know that you don't play with me. I'm that guy. Now it's like the whole place kind of flipped, and I'm guessing this is still an hallucination. I'm not actually sure. It kind of feels like the place has turned upside down. It reminds me of is it Hiraku from Bleach with the sword that up becomes down and left becomes right. It's kind of something like that, messing with senses like that. Shihiro says that's a more powerful banquet, even with Nishiki as a counter. My equilibrium. This freak is already mastering the enchanted blade. He's still attacking up on the roof too. He's going all out to try and finish this fast. Nah, Hiriko is the goat still. Hiriko is the goat still. So his heart is beating. He's like, I've lost twice already. So if I want to make him use his full power against me, I need to show him. He's bleeding. Okay, it's really taking a toll on him, but he's really determined. Utter determination. The author writes, I need to kill SAMURA. Hold up. So he's fighting Shihiro down there, right? While simultaneously fighting in the roof. If someone falls deep under Banquet's spell, even defense becomes impossible. Damn, Banquet is kind of OP. Yo, these enchanted blades, when you actually master them, I can see why they can end wars, honestly. Where's that other bastard? He disappeared as soon as SAMURA showed up. More importantly, we've got to fight our way out. So it's the Masumi talking. Ikura is just there kind of like, I don't know what possessed me to show up today, but I definitely don't need to be here. Ikura just like, what are these monsters, bro? He probably can't even keep up with half the movements. It's probably just people just moving too quick for his eyes to follow. Alright, this is like World War Z or whatever they call that zombie movie. It's just a bunch of dead people just coming from the doors. Love the fisheye perspective there. Shout out to the mangaka. Mangaka has a very firm grasp of perspective, and I feel like that's a strong point. He's always flexing his knowledge of perspective in his illustrations. Killed the Swordmaster. All these years, SAMURA had purged Iori from his mind, leaving everything behind, driven by nothing but an unrelenting mission. That concrete motive was now supplemented by another to protect his daughter. Interesting. But for him, and then now we're back to Hirohiko. Hirohiko is saying he might be unbeatable when it comes to fighting power, but he's vulnerable on the inside, right? That's the perfect matchup for me. So Hirohiko is a master of mind games, so it's like, if you're not stable on the inside, I can definitely mess with you. So fighting power, SAMURA's got the edge, but he's trying to kill SAMURA by using the daughter as leverage. I'm assuming he's gonna somehow make it look like his daughter is in harm's way and then sneak him or something. I don't know. Yura said his heart is twice as sensitive as a normal person's. That's why I'm attacking his psyche to the max, investing copious time and energy to drive him into a corner so I can bend him to my will. Yeah, it's really messing with him. Calm down. This is hallucination. He's trying to calm himself down. Eerie. Okay, the corpses are flying. Jeez, this is hard. Yeah, SAMURA is really going through it. He's sweating. He's going through it. Gotcha. Hiriko smiles. Say gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he did get him. Damn. Nah. Hiriko is the GOAT. He did get him. He actually did get him. After everything, he still... Because I'm assuming that's not the real picture of... That's not the real... what's her name? That's not his real daughter. It's probably just like a hallucination of his daughter, and he had to jump in to block to save the daughter, and now he got stabbed by multiple blades. Don't tell me Samura dies though. I wouldn't want him to die. That would suck, man. I like Samura. And Rose screams, "Mr. Samura!" The thing that finally broke his hallucination was the pain of a fatal wound. And then he's laughing. That's what you get. That's what you get for stalling. I'm the only one who's free. Yeah, Hiriko is kind of... I can see the Mahito comparisons now. Why they compare Hiriko to Mahito. It's all or nothing now, Shihiro. Come at me. And he says, why? How could you underestimate a master like him? Oh, damn. There are crows on the hallway. Crows coming out from the door. And the corpses are getting demolished. Wait, what's going on? Oh, there are crows coming at Hirohiko as well. And Samura is no longer at the rooftop. The girl is standing there solo. It's crows everywhere. Whoa, 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 whoa. Samura, what are you cooking up? Iori is left a bit dazed and confused. Everybody's a bit dazed and confused. I can't tell what's what. First, I thought Hirohiko was dead, but then he was holding an enchanted blade. After that, Samura showed up, Hirohiko and the guys got sliced up, but they're gone. And now, I'm the only one who should get hurt. He says, Suzaku. Wait, is that like a counter? Does his blade have a counter? Does his blade have a counter for that? Yo, what's going on? Heal. What? He has healing axe? I'm sorry, but why does he have healing hacks? He doesn't need that. He cannot be that broken and then have healing hacks? Wounds are the fuel of this flame. Heal. You are a lively one, friggin' brat, Samura says, and he's about to emerge from the shadows all aura farming now, isn't he? He's about to emerge from the shadows just aura farming now, isn't he? He's about to emerge from the shadows just, that's enough out of you. Why does this mangaka always cook, bro? Why does he always cook? He is him. He's all kinds of him, right? He is him. He owns that pronoun. If you check in the dictionary for him, you'll see a picture of Samura there. He is really him. Not him coming out of the darkness like, that's enough out of you. Let me see. I'm going to try and do something real quick because I need to show this. I think this should be fine. Hopefully it is fine. Where is the thing? Is it this one? No, it's this one right here. Me, I'm such an onk. Let me see. I am such an onk, but let me see if I can get this. There. Never mind. I was trying to see if I could make that clearer. Anyways, you could kind of tell, yeah, Samura's kind of him, yeah, they were hiding that third ability. It's the Phoenix Healing Bird. This panel of Samura is such a funny reaction image. I'm saying, like, that's enough out of you. And it's just like, they're like, raw. That's crazy. What a chapter. Yo, Kagurabachi just keeps getting better. I can't believe I'm late to the game like this. How? I'm going to actually see all my friends, yeah? I'm actually going to chat to them and tell them that why didn't they tell me about this earlier? Because that's not fair. Alright, you can't be hiding peak from me like this. Oh my god. So not only is he a master of the Iai white purity style, right? He can also heal. Does the leader of the Ishaku know about this? But to be honest, I'm still gonna put Hiriko on that goat status still, because he was still able to like get, like get a hit on Samura. That's no easy fit. I'll give him that for sure. Like Hiriko is still goat status, but it's not over yet though. I mean, I think it's cooked. Now he's gonna fight Samura and Shihiro. There's no way, right? Unless Todo is the wild card. Genuinely, the entire run of chapters in 2025 was generational. Facts. I don't know what year, because I'm just reading, but like, if this was 2025, I agree with you. I can't. And you know what's crazy about this, right? Because I've read enough, I've watched enough animes, I've read enough mangas. I know he's probably not even the strongest in the series. This is mad. This is actually insane. So this is what the Enchanted Blades can do, and there are a few more of them that we haven't seen yet, like go all out. Oh, I'm excited for the next chapter. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you hanging in here with me, and I appreciate you guys calling out those things that I missed. It really does help me get like a full experience while reading this. So I do appreciate you, Rento. I appreciate you, Anime, and I appreciate the other person that's been kind of popping in and out, not commenting. That's completely fine. Feel free to comment if you want, but if you don't, I appreciate you as well just being here. Thank you guys for watching. Please do the thing, the YouTube thing, smash a like, all that good stuff. It really does help us grow. And you said genuinely the entire run chapter 25 was generational. I read that. This fight was coming out weekly around summertime. Oh no, I think it was earlier. Regardless of when it came out, this author was cooking. Like I said earlier, right? I'm already full, right? I went to a buffet. I'm already full. I've eaten all I could, and the food still keeps coming. All right. So shout out to this guy. Before I go, I just want to read some of the comments on the actual, what you call it, on the website I read this stuff at, because they usually have some nice comments. I love reading people's comments, like not on the live, but like on the website where I read this. I guess I'll hear SAMURA out this one time. He knows he's cooked. They're saying Hirohiko is cooked, and then there's a gif of Speed where Speed's like, kill that boy, kill that boy. Oh man, I love people's comments, man. It's sick. I'm praying that I go next chapter and don't see Shiro's head rolling on the floor. That's funny. Shiro's the main character. I don't think Shiro's gonna die. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hopping and joining on the stream today. It was a great stream, great chapters. Oh man, I can't wait for tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Yes, that'll make it 4 days in a row. That's the most I've ever done in a row. I gotta make it. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'll keep this going. I'm gonna try and do this every day. I wanna see how long I can do this, and eventually catch up with Kagurabachi, which will be a sad day, but at the same time it'll be cool because now I can keep up with everybody else, and then I'll know what you guys know, right? Anyways, this is the longest exit ever. Anyways, catch you guys next time. Peace.